in my mind. They say he's coming back, I seen all the signs. But all this crime, population on curfew. Chalk in the schoolyard, blood stains on the church pew. Ooh, ooh, I don't mean to alert you. Your God, he desert you. Hex and he curse you. This blood stains on the church pew. You got he desert you, hex and he curse you. This blood stains on the church pew.
They mislead the people with false leaders and false prophets, false religions and false doctrines, false wars, selling false hopes and false dreams with a false promise, false idols with a false followers, false likes and views and false comments. We violate the rules if we talk about them. They hate my heart cause it's all honest. If you got a daddy, you better call on them. Let me know if anyone answer the phone, cause in the last days and times, in the world overridden with sin, you'll be standing alone. See, man wrote the teachings, then spoke the teachings. To make himself sound good, he quote the teachings. If he didn't believe, he'd provoke the beating and justify sin by invoking teachings. Then forth his words as he conquered land. Be seated to be treated like another man. What about the love? No questions asked. The truth gets treated like contraband. We imprisoned within the system, guided by an age-old algorithm. It's violent past, it's scripted presence, the possession for power positions. They want to hear us speak, control our thoughts and set boundaries for how we living. What we should accept, what we should reject. By the mores in life, I twisted, they militarized. The police gun us down in the streets, and next is a worldwide curfew. Man-made religion, religion made man mad, and it left blood stains on them church pews.
Ooh, ooh, I don't mean to alert you. You got he desert you, hex and he curse you. This blood stains on the church pew. Ooh, ooh, I don't mean to alert you. You got he desert you, hex and he curse you. This blood stains on the church pew.
Show me the pew, I'll show you the stain. Catholics, Muslims, all just wanna reign. Fire and blood, control is the game. Show you what's hidden and how goddamn lame the ones that hold the names really truly are. All the Jewish folk just concerned with the star and a piece of land that could use a few more bars. Got bars aplenty, bitch, this is an FGR so bizarre. Things you choose to kneel to, created by some people that would rather kill you. For me, never has appealed to. Common sense, you dumbass. Bill's not hard to peer through. Will you or remain ignorant? Choice already made, funds already spent, blood already spilled, knees already bent. Will you change your choice or make these stains permanent?
Ooh, ooh, I don't mean to alert you. You got he desert you, hex and he curse you. This blood stains on the church pew. Ooh. He's a killer with the thorns on his head, but it ain't his fault. Yet at the same time, he wants you and your whole family dead. If you don't join his cult.
Hey everybody, welcome to Zoetic Productions tonight. What's good, Mr. DKB?
What up, though?
Good, good. Can you hear me good? I can hear you, Stella.
I can hear you just fine.
How are you doing tonight?
I ain't too bad. How about yourself?
I'm good. It's been a long time coming for this interview. We scheduled it last year and there was a disaster going on, huh?
Yeah, some kind of natural disaster.
Do you live in the same area?
Yeah, I don't remember. No, we live in the same state, but we're about 3 hours away. So
Okay.
whatever was going on with him, I don't think I was having the same problem, but I know he had like power outages. There was bad storms and shit. It's the Midwest.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. That's for sure. So, you guys have a lot going on recently? Anything new dropping?
Yeah, definitely. Besides the new Killa Factor album, which I believe we got it all wrote. It's just in the recording process. I got a solo that's should be dropping any month now. I'm pretty much done with it. Just recording just a little last bits. I know Factor has one. So hopefully when we start dropping these, they'll start coming out a little bit more consistently than we have been. We took I don't know, we dropped the last album, and then I think it's been almost 2 years now. So it's definitely been in the works, but yeah, I'm excited for everybody to hear it.
Yeah, so the last album, what was your favorite song from that album?
Oh man, there's so many, but if I have to boil it down, I want to say I want to believe it's 1-800 Killer Factor with Chuckles. Not
Oh,
only because Chuckles is our brother and we've known him for a long time, but just the whole concept of that song. Basically, we're contract killers. You can call us up for whatever. It got a little
yeah.
too dark at the end. We couldn't do it, so he was like, "Hey, Chuckles." So yeah, it was a pretty cool idea, and it turned out a lot better than I thought. Like initially, when you think of off the wall shit like that, and then you
Mhm.
give it to the producer, and they don't really know what the hell you're talking about, especially with Jay, because that guy's he's got a plan for every little detail, and so I usually let him, handle most of that shit talking, and then the producer came back, and yeah, I love that song still.
That's dope. That's dope. I just did a show with Chuckles, Underground United. He posted his merch table right next to
Yeah,
mine.
yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
He's a good dude. He's I really enjoyed his presence at the
yeah.
performance.
No,
His he has so much animation when he's on stage. I love it. I love his music.
yeah, he's definitely a talented guy. We love Chuckles over here, no doubt.
How long
And
have you
yeah,
guys
like even if he didn't do music, he's just one of the. I mean, Factor started off doing some interviews with him. It was a good while ago, good maybe 10 years ago or
was
so.
it like no
And
fucks
then I
given?
met him.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think Factor knew him before that. Honestly, I didn't know who he was, but when I hopped on No Fucks Given Radio, he was already a co-host. He had already been through 100 shows or so.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, just to get to know Chuckles as a person, man, that he's A1 in my book. Shout out Chuckles.
Yeah, he's on top of his game big time. And congrats to Chuckles for signing on LSP too. That'll be really good for him.
Fuck yeah.
That's just recent, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
I mean, he's been running with that crew for a while, so that don't surprise me. The
yeah.
Chuckles definitely needs his flowers.
Hmm. So tell me a little bit about Unknown Factor. What where did you come up with the name Unknown Factor? Was what is the factor? Can you say it's unknown or is it known? Like I'm just curious.
Well, the unknown factor is Jay, who is the unknown factor. Killa factor, you got it's just two words, Killa, which is me, which is
Hmm.
the K, and DKB is Killa, and then factor. It's just a play on words. But
Okay.
as
So
far
you
as the
can
unknown
let
factor,
unknown.
I'm not the unknown factor. Definitely not. That would be Jay. The
Hmm.
unknown factor. Yeah, it's definitely what what his name implies. Because at any time, you know what I mean, it's unknown, and not that the guy just rambles off like absurd shit, but you know what I mean. Like there's some genius to it, and yeah, definitely, definitely, I'm one of the ones that stuck around to interpret the genius it was.
That's dope. How long have you yourself, DKB, how long have you been into the music scene?
Really in the scene, I would say only 10 years or so, but I've been making music, for 20, 25 plus years now.
Damn.
It's just, yeah, it's just, I never really kind of went out there. I made a lot of music, kind of set on a lot of stuff. I produced stuff, and I started doing artwork, whatnot for people, and that's kind of how I got my foot in the door. Was I did some artwork for Project Born, and then Paul Hussein, people in Detroit. So that's kind of how I got my name. But like I've always been doing music around here. Just I was, always broke and never had no fucking money to go push the shit. And the, the longer I get into it, and you realize, I mean, that's a lot of it. Because I mean, if anybody's got $1 to pay, they can get on any show, and they can produce shit and they can get a wave. Even if everybody's got different opinions on music,
Right.
so you never know what's gonna catch on. Like we see the corniest shit every day, and somehow millions of people listen to it or buy it, or even when you don't think, like I can't name one off the top of my head, but it happens
Right.
all the time, and it's after I kind of learned the business after doing it so long, it kind of deterred me from wanting to be in it. You know what I mean? So I just kept doing music on my own and
So
just
explain that. Like, what turned you off from the business exactly?
uh, it's it's just too political and like the way I am, I'm probably a little bit on the scale here, but I like creativity more than I care about the fame or people wanting to hear it. I just kept making it. I had buddies just pushing me, hey man, I'll give you this for a mixtape, and I just thought they was crazy. And just being where I'm from, in the middle of Indiana, a white boy, it's not taken seriously. There's no scene here really. Even to this day, there's a little scene in Indianapolis and a little up north, but it's then again, it's kind of like who it's the same shit. It's all political, and I just didn't want after getting into learning the radio, getting to know everybody's personalities behind the scenes, behind the smoke and mirrors,
Mm-hmm.
and it just kind of threw me off. And that's why I'm saying, like, Chuckles, man, I can't say enough good things about that guy because like I got to know him as a person. I don't really care. Chuckles music may not be the type of music I necessarily like to listen to all the time, or the type of music I make, but I got so much love and respect for him as an artist and a person just because of who he is. And then
Right.
there's a lot of people, I don't want to name people, but like it just turns people off to you just when you oh my bad, when you first get into it, you get into it for a certain thing, and after a
Right.
while you see what things really are. And that's kind of how Killer Factor started, because I was in a verge of a breakup on Super Smash Bros, my first group, and I was always did shit solo, but me and Factor just kind of from being on the radio just did a couple songs, and we have kind of the same opinions on a lot of stuff, and
You guys
especially
fight
like when
really
it
well.
comes to anything political.
I
It's
really
weird
like.
how we don't
I
really
like.
know each other. We met each other like five years, 6 years ago, and then but somehow it's like a lot of stuff's just relatable to us, to each other. It's just something I like to kind of like. We're all connected somehow in some weird way, whatever you want to call it, chemically or spiritually,
All right. Okay.
whatever. But
So
definitely,
I
me
have.
and Factor
I
know
have
each
like.
other. You know what I mean? Like, there's a link there, and
Yeah.
it's
There's a collective consciousness where
yeah,
we're
this shit's
all.
wild.
It's really cool if you actually really go deep
Oh, you're
into
breaking
it.
up.
Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me better when I'm closer to my
You're breaking
mic?
up. I got you. I got you now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
got you
just.
fine now.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe it was your sound, but The collective consciousness is really interesting. We actually are always communicating on those levels, and if you can really tap into it, you can use it to your advantage. But that's cool how you guys connected like that. And as long as I've known about Killa Factor, like, when did the Killa Factor start out? What year?
I want to say about 2018, 2019. Like I said, we was doing a radio. We didn't really have a plan, to start a group or anything. And
That's about
we
when
just
I
did some
started.
songs, and yeah, it really meshed well. And that's when we thought might have. That's like the group name. It's kind of stupid. Like everybody's like, "Who's Killa Factor?" Half the time they think it's Jay or it's just one person, and that's
Mhm.
like, like when we first started, I was in the Super Smash Bros. So it was supposed to be Super Smash Factor, and then at the last time, it was like, fuck it, it's just Killa and Factor. So it's Killa Factor. We didn't think of a name. We wasn't really trying, and then like, but all we made 2 or 3 tracks. I had a mixtape. He had an album or a mixtape that was coming out. I think he had an album coming out that just came out, and he did a mixtape follow up, and we did a couple songs on there, and uh, the message they sent and kind of the way we connected, it was like something like I'd never felt. I've been doing, like I said, I'd been doing music for 20 some years when I met Jay already. So I didn't plan on, starting no groups with anybody. And that's kind of how the album went.
Mhm.
We didn't sit down and have a plan of, hey, we're gonna, the wicked, at least like wickedness and retribution. We didn't have a plan of coming in here with the idea of a story. And then once we kind of made a couple different tracks here and there, and we realized like the stuff we were saying was aligning with each other, and our viewpoints on stuff really worked out. So uh Jay, that's why I say the genius of Factor comes in, the unknown factor. And his biggest inspiration was definitely Stan Lee from Marvel Comics. So he's a big
Are you into
story
comics
guy,
too?
where I like comics. I'm not as much. I had like Super Smash Bros. My other brother in that one, he was big into comics. So that's kind of how I got into it. I like Batman, the darker shit, but
Okay.
I'm not as deep into it as, Factor was. And Factor, man, he can make a story out of anything you give him, and it kind of blows my mind because that's not how I am as an artist or anything. I just kind of let the beat talk to me. I, the album, you know what I mean? Like I just throw on the beats, I line them up, listen to them, and then I just start writing. I don't have an idea. Factor is the opposite. He likes to plan everything down to the minute detail, and then he wants me to come in here and the way I spit my bars is just it's a lot different, and it challenges me, and I think it challenges him too because Jay just got into the game. The Factor just got into the game a few years before I met him, so he was already older as he got into the game, and
Oh,
it was different because here I am. I'll be good here.
uh-huh. I'm listening.
Yeah. So it was different because I was rapping for 20 years, producing all that stuff. And then here comes Jay. And usually when people just start rapping, they're not very good. I mean, I wasn't very good. Every year I was like, oh man, last year I sucked so bad. I can't believe it. And then you think you're like, oh, I'm pretty good. And then you look back to the years like, nah, I wasn't that good. I'm glad I didn't release some of it. That's why I'm kind of glad I just started writing a lot of shit until I released it, and then it was. I'm
That's
glad I didn't release like none of my early shit. But Factor, like, there's something about him. I don't know if it's because he grew up and then started rapping, so he's more mature about
uh-huh.
what he raps about. He knows what he wants to talk about. As for me, I just want to rap. Like I have to rap. Give me a beat, 1,000 beats a day, or whatever. I just want to rap. So it's kind of different in that way. how we mesh our styles, but I think it matches up pretty well, especially when we do our back and forth, which a lot of people seem to like, especially live, because we're just two weirdos and we kind of go back and forth like
I'm
just like
trying to
we do in real life.
I'm trying to remember. There's this song you guys released. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pull up the whole list. I'm downloading your music right now so I can play all of it. I only have a couple of them that actually downloaded, but I'm
Oh, that's
trying
dope.
to remember like a group therapy session, but you were all like rapping, and it was. Does that sound familiar? It was like me, and it was
Yeah,
Don't Delay.
that's AA. Yeah,
What's
that
up?
was. I think that's the last track on Wickedness and Retribution.
Yes, it is.
And that was Factor's baby. He had that idea, and it made no sense to me. And the funny thing is we went through so many artists. We thought we're going to be down to do it, and then decided to back out. Whatever happened, because like you said, there's a lot of people on there. Just I want to say there's like at least 10 people on there at least. So
Oh
we
no,
went
it's
through
more than
probably
that,
30
bro.
people, and then okay, whatever it was, a handful of a basket full, whatever it was. Anyways, yeah, and then like he would just give them pieces and say, "Hey, you got so many bars on this point to this point," and a lot of people wrote in it like it made no sense to nobody. And a lot of people, there's one of our brothers, Cost Draven from XAY, X Among You, another group we're in. He hates that
All me.
track. I mean, it's
No,
because it's
hey,
so complex.
hey.
But yes, it is the idea of it is AA, or not Alcoholic Anonymous, but ours is Apocalypse Anonymous or some
Okay.
shit like
It was
that.
Annihilation Anonymous, and
Annihilate, whatever.
firstly,
So
Draven
so
doesn't
we
hate
was
the
all like
track.
basically we was all in there freaking out about whatever our next annihilation we thought was going
Wait,
to happen. So I mean, it was a good idea, and it turned out fucking brilliant.
what about Assholes Anonymous? Why didn't you just do that?
I
Because
mean,
I
we
don't work with
could.
those people.
They work with you. I'm just kidding.
Mi-
No,
Not anymore.
no disrespect. No disrespect. Unknown Factor.
Calling me a asshole.
No, I was calling him one,
I'm joking.
not you. No, but I think this is fascinating because I am stupid.
Hey,
I get you guys mixed up all the time. Unknown and Killa and
Oh, you're good. It's
me when I
it's it happens a lot more than I care for it to happen, but I don't really give a shit. I mean, if I'm the unknown factor, so be it. Whatever. That's
right.
my brother. You know what I mean? So whatever he's doing is what I'm doing, or vice versa. So whatever it affects me affects him. Whatever affects him affects me. So like, if you just look at the unknown factor, like I said, like look at him. He comes in from outside. He just pops in here. You don't really say much. That's what I'm saying. He's unknown. It's just you don't know what you're getting from him, but he's a genius, and that's my brother, and I love him. I ain't talked to this motherfucker, and that's the thing either. I probably ain't talked to him in a while.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I've been doing crazy things, but
And that
I don't know.
yeah, and that's the bad thing about us living
Genius
so
is a
far
bit much.
apart. Whatever. My vocabulary is only certain letters. I've only got up to G today.
So you just stopped at G? What the hell? That starts with an H.
Tomorrow he'll be a hell of a guy.
So
DK,
I might be a little high. Speaking of H,
let me just let you guys know. Let me just let you know, everybody, we are interviewing Killa Factor, and Jay, Unknown Factor, just got on. Also, I'd like you to shout out your podcast as well, the questionnaire.
That's a. Well, look, man. I'll tell you. This is one of the circumstances. Like, look, Meduzi, man, what you do over here, I could never do it again. You know,
I have balls, big balls.
it's so many things, and I could piss so many people off by getting into so many things. But the main thing I want to go into, like, and you can check it, like, there's actually an interview over on the Patreon with me and Vlad, where Vlad talks to me about why I don't interview hip hop artists anymore. And there's only one person. Well, there's a couple people that could say this actually happened, but one of them's actually right here, right now. And that's the fact that, one time I was interviewing this dude, and he went on a fucking meth run.
Huh?
Yeah.
I was interviewing someone on a podcast for a show that we ran doing hip hop shit, and the motherfucker went on a meth run.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I'll
Yeah, that
give
was
you
a new
kudos
level.
to dealing with this environment, I'll say. I
Yeah.
prefer dealing with comic book creators, which is what I've been dealing with over at the questionnaire, man. And we've had, I don't know, I know, hey, DKB, bro, you need to
Yeah.
July 6th come play D&D.
Okay, so quick
I might
question,
be out
everyone.
of town.
No, fuck you, dude. It's gonna be with the Cocaine Bear. You come play fucking D&D.
Oh.
And I mean, literally, it's gonna be with the dude that played the fucking bear in the movie Cocaine Bear.
I
You
think
come
I'm
play
going
fucking
to the
D&D.
Carolinas about that time. I'll have to do it on FaceTime or some shit.
Well, don't you do it fucking how we do it. But we'll discuss that later, because I've actually been wanting to discuss that with you. Because we're gonna actually start playing even D&D over on the show, and our first round is gonna include Alan Henry, who's the guy that played the Cocaine Bear, and it's gonna include DKB, because I'm gonna drag him into it. Like,
that sounds really interesting. That sounds really cool.
It's the fact that the guy that's running it is somebody that's wrote like a D&D campaign.
So what kind of characters is he going to create? Like Cocaine Bear? Like,
I don't know. Look, that's the thing about Hannibal's the guy running it, Hannibal Taboo, and he's like wrote a whole world in D&D that's called the Sundering. You can pretty much drop anybody from any place into it, and that's what makes it interesting. Is like, I'm going to be dropped in from Indiana into this world. It's gonna be intriguing. That's why I want to talk to my brother here about perhaps trying to formulate something that just built in the back of my head today, but hasn't been discussed between his and I yet. So I'm not going to get any further into detail in it. Besides, that'll be intriguing.
Cocaine Bear and King Kong. Wasn't it King Kong?
Yeah, no, dude, look. Alan Henry, he played King Kong. He's played the Cocaine Bear. He did extensive work as far as for Marvel and DC. He was Steppenwolf within the Justice League film. Like, Alan's done a lot. If you go look at his IMDb, the BFG, which I swear, doesn't the BFG sound like it's some kind of like naughty something? Like, that doesn't sound like a kid's film, does it?
It
No.
sounds like a G-rated BFF.
No, it's the Big Friendly Giant, and it's hilarious, and it had my boy cracking up, because literally at one point this giant has a drink that the bubbles go down instead of up, so you take a drink and it just makes you rip one, and he thought it was hilarious.
That sounds cool. So hey, we really didn't have a lot of promo for this interview, and have you guys had a chance to share this at all while we're interviewing? I'm going to play a song, and if you guys don't mind sharing it while we play the song, I'd like to pick up some more viewers. And for locals,
what are you playing?
Well, I am downloading all of your music because
we didn't get it. Do you have any song done yet?
Almost all of them are not MP3, which I need for this stream. So I'm converting them right now. But I do have Bloodstains on the Carpet playing right now in the background.
Bloodstains on the Church Pew. That's you should look. That's off my brother's new album that's getting ready to drop.
You guys want to hear this song all the way through?
Yeah, it features myself as well as Who Knows, who's a hell of a dude and a hell of an artist. And Bro, I don't know about you, but look, like at your album specifically, looking at everything, like that track, just there's something about it that's a little bit more savage.
Well, that track is definitely the hardest track on the album, or if, whatever you want to say, the fucking darkest track on the album.
And I still love my Got Bars Aplenty, bitch. This is an FGR.
Well, I'm going to play this song so everybody can hear it all the way through. It was on the intro. And while I'm playing this song, if you guys don't mind,
no, not at all.
If you're watching from YouTube or from the other channels, go ahead and share and comment, and we appreciate you. Anybody local could win 2 tickets to Kung Fu Vampire this Wednesday, and yours truly will be there. And Kung Fu Vampire, a bunch of locals, Blue, Aku, Reality. It's an all ages show, which is pretty dope. You can bring your kids, you know.
Nice.
And I swear I will not do horrorcore. I'll try. Okay, anyways, let's play this. And if you say the right word that I have in my head, then you will win those tickets.
But all this crime, he's a killer with the thorns on his head, but it ain't his fault. Yet at the same time, he wants you and your whole family dead. If you don't join his cult, now that I have your attention, I just got to mention how the church was segregated in her public lynchings. Crusades had them henchmen, executioners, hitmen. In the U.S., they kill you if you're not Christian. A church full of victims, a mosque full of bodies. This where I get lost about how great your God be. Does he order the killings? This where it gets icy, cause something ain't right if you're killing for hobby. They worship a zombie, I'm losing my mind. They say he's coming back, I seen all the signs. But all this crime, population on curfew, chalk in the schoolyard, blood stains on the church pew. Ooh, I don't mean to alert you, your God he desert you, hex and he curse you. This blood stains on the church pew. You, your God he desert you, hex and he curse you. This blood stains on the church pew.
They mislead the people with false leaders and false prophets, false religions and false doctrines, false wars, selling false hopes and false dreams with a false promise, false idols with a false followers, false likes and views and false comments. We violate the rules if we talk about them. They hate my heart cause it's all honest. If you got an ID, better call on them. Let me know if anyone answer the phone, cause in the last days and times, in the world overridden with sin, you'll be standing alone. See, man wrote the teachings, then spoke the teachings. To make himself sound good, he quote the teachings. If he didn't believe, he'd provoke the beating and justify sin by invoking teachers, then forth his words as he conquered land. Be seated to be treated like you're not a man. What about the love? No questions asked. The truth gets treated like contraband. We imprisoned within the system, guided by an age-old algorithm. It's violent past, it's scripted presence, the possession for power positions. They want to hear us speak, control our thoughts and set boundaries for how we living. What we should accept, what we should reject. By the mores in life, I twisted, they militarized. The police gun us down in the streets, and next is a worldwide curfew. Man-made religion, religion made man mad, and it left bloodstains on them church pews.
Ooh, I don't mean to alert you, your God he desert you, hex and he curse you. This blood stains on the church pew. Ooh, I don't mean to alert you, your God he desert you, hex and he curse you. This blood stains on the church pew.
Show me the pew, I'll show you the stain. Catholics, Muslims, all just wanna reign. Fire and blood, control is the game. Show you what's hidden and how goddamn lame the ones that hold the names really truly are. All the Jewish folk just concerned with the star and a piece of land that could use a few more bars. Got bars aplenty, bitch. This is an FGR so bizarre. Things you choose
Oh my
to
God.
do, created by some people that would rather kill you. For me, never has appealed to. Common sense
Dope.
I
Okay.
just
Love
gotta
that
say,
duck. I really
I
love that duck.
I
Thank you.
didn't thank you. Ben, bro, do you realize we keep making things and things happen? Like, cause that whole, over a star, and then the whole situation for
Hmm.
that's over in the Middle
And
East
when did
right
we
now.
write that song?
Dude, before all that popped off.
Really?
It's been years.
Yeah, that whole the whole bar about fucking all the Jewish folks were concerned with the star and a piece of land that could use a form like that whole line was written way before all this fucking like way before the Hamas shit popped off and everything went fucking sideways over there. Like those bars were written and recorded and I think even mastered before that shit happened.
Yeah, the same thing happened when we did Wickedness and Retribution. Like we had a song called Cop Killer, and that was before the riots and the George Floyd stuff. Um,
So I just
we got
downloaded.
one called Sick Fucks about like pedophiles and that shit.
Then
And then that
Epstein
was before
happens
Epstein
and
happened. You know what I mean? Like there's a
yeah.
reason like why we connect, and there's a mission we're on. You know what I mean?
So I
To
have your list right now. I just downloaded Wickedness and Retribution. But do you want me to play Cop Killer as well, or do you want me to? Do you have any special requests of what you would like me to play throughout the interview, guys? I have Bow Down. I just downloaded.
You know what I hate about that? Like, I love that album, and I don't know if you can
yeah.
feel me on this, bro. But what I hate about that album
Mm,
is that while we were making it, it became more relevant,
yeah.
and it's become more relevant since, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
that's fucking kind of scary,
Hmm.
Yeah.
you know. Um,
Yeah, when we set out to write like a lot of this stuff, like we was, uh, I don't know about Factor, but I was contemplating if I should even write some of this shit. Like it's just wild. Like you said, like we're all connected in some kind of spirits or whatever it is, and like I even talked to a medium, psychic, whatever you want to call these people, and I didn't tell her anything, and she just said something about you, like she knew I had a brother and we was on this mission to do something, and she told me some people's gonna like it and some people's gonna hate it, and that's all she said. And I had no clue what the fuck she was talking about. You know what I mean at the time, and then it just kind of panned out, kind of how it did. Like it's just like with the world, like my new album, Smoke and Mirrors, which could be like a double entendre of smoking and looking at yourself in a mirror and figuring out your life, or like everything that you really see is behind smoke and mirrors. And that's kind of how like the world is. You don't really know what's behind, and that's why Killer Factor is here.
yeah,
I
I mean,
guess.
shit. Look at this shit coming out about the hip hop community right now.
Yeah, like I don't know if we made a song about them, but I
I
think we knew a lot. We knew a lot about that shit already. Like, there's like how many dudes named Puffy that wasn't a little funny. You know what I mean?
Puppy.
I mean,
That's
like I'm just saying, if you ran into a random dude on the street and his name was, oh, this is Puffy, you would think he's a little funny. I'm just saying.
yeah.
I mean, there's like there's the common sense of people too. It's like you knew some weird shit was going down, and the
yeah.
motherfuckers don't say nothing. I mean, like I don't know. It's one thing like having shit happen to you, but it's another like seeing it or knowing and just letting it happen for years on years because it's supposed to be the norm, and it's cool. That's how we used to do it, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
Or whatever the case may be. That's how it was. Just like with there's a political correctness to everything. It gets to a point like to where we are today, where it's almost like you can't say or do anything. You know what I mean? Out of whatever the norm is. It's fun.
There,
It's wild.
firstly, as far as the norm, dude, the norm, as far as I can see here recently, almost fluctuates on a way. They're
Yeah.
and I don't even know. Like, I was always a motherfucker that was like, fuck the norm, anyways, because I was way outside motherfuckers of what people consider the norm, and now I don't even frankly know what the fuck normal is as far as with everything. Especially, I mean, you've got the thing I seen recently is I seen somebody. I think she was in California. I believe it was in the Senate. She stepped down because she's like, why in the fuck are we letting these people systemically go through the system? And she's referring to people that do things against children. I don't want this video to get pulled because I say certain words, because apparently you can't even say those, which is really a whole other screwy thing. And like, I can't even say that word
You
either. If
can't
I'm
say
saying look, you
words.
need to
It's
go
hard.
like,
You can't type the words. You
yeah,
gotta
like I'm telling
say
you, like I'm
different
telling you, those
phrases.
kind of people. Like there's somebody on YouTube who's got a hat that says "Make Afraid Again," and I'm like, yeah, that's a great hat, right? Screw, like, let's make these people afraid, because she literally resigned based on the fact that they were given these very insignificant systems, and said, like, look, when an animal hurts a kid, what happens to the animal?
Right. They put them down.
Yeah.
Right. We are animals. Homo sapiens are animals, so technically,
Yeah,
they're
there's a
given too much
certain line you
leeway.
don't cross. I would say, like, definitely, like, I don't know why that one's been let slide ever by anybody of authoritarian. Like, that's the reason why the police are here in the first place, is to keep us in check, to keep us in a certain line, because they don't want us,
Not to give so many
they're
tickets out so they
the
can
guys
fund the
with the,
goddamn state.
you know what I mean, and we're the other people. So, like, it's very odd that, like, they let shit like that slide anyways, because, like, we grow up hearing shit like, people beheaded for, like, the dumbest shit, like, oh, she did something crazy, she's a witch, they gotta hang her or whatever, like, and they let shit that they knew happen, like, I don't know.
it's really contradicting how people, it's control. It's just like religion and all that. And I want to say something while I've been downloading. You keep bringing up like how everyone's connected and shit. Think about it like this on a scientific and metaphysical level. Inside of our brains is the subconscious world where we're all like, it's a different world inside. And when we're looking outside of our world, it's that smoke and mirrors, it's that perception, it's like everything out here, it's like 1% of what everything is. Everything physical outside of us, right? So it's like when you're talking about that, you keep bringing that up about like all those different connections and stuff. Really, all you really are doing is just going within yourself. And most people only have, like, if you look at it like there's a line that opens up that awareness, most people don't even have it.
Here, I'll show you a true series of events that in the whole of them, it's really odd how everything's circled together. And so many times things like this have happened with myself and my brother. So I made a bunch of people mad, ended up running the radio. Dude about got me, jumped in the bar, blah, 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 run the radio. Ended up bringing up Project Born. They ended up telling DKB about that, ended up bringing him on. All this happens, right? Look, can I talk a little shit, bro?
Yes, sir.
All right. So look, he was part of a group that it was him and a motherfucker that was a far lesser version of him, right? Like, I don't know how else to explain it, right? And we've been, doing the radio, all this. We did a comic book. Funnily enough, the three of us did a show on the radio where we interviewed comic book people, which is fucking hilarious. Bro, you need to come fucking play D&D. I'll cut back to that point a couple different times. But in that, we were all going to form a group. He ended up bouncing out. We ended up forming Killer Factory. We ended up running through this whole series of events. We ended up with Zay, which is me and him, Cos Draven, JDD Hardaway, Bounceball Boogie, and J2.
Mm-hmm.
He let us fuck up his name too long, bro. I swear to God.
Yeah, I don't know.
He,
I'm going with Jay Tui.
yeah, J2 is the nicest motherfucker, but he's that dude that like he's the nice guy that you just really don't want to take sideways. But in the long run, my point is how this spins. So you're dropping 2 tickets for a Kung Fu Vampire show on the show right now, right? Yeah.
Yes.
We are currently in the middle of with Zay a track that features Kung Fu Vampire.
Oh, nice. That's dope.
That's true.
So what kind of weird? Just
You know what else is weird? Just speaking of that,
yeah.
like I was just looking through like videos. I was trying to see like if you shared this yet, Meduzi. It was earlier today. You hadn't, right? So I'm just like searching Killer Factor, and like one of my old pictures pops up. The first picture, maybe second or third, whatever. I didn't scroll down very far, but it's me and Factor and JD Hardaway, and it says 444 BFK before Killer Factor, the real formation of Zay, the X among you, and know what that show was, Factor? Know who we opened up for?
I know exactly.
I can give you one guess.
Dude, I don't need it.
Okay, Meduzi, I'll give you one guess who we opened up for.
Yeah, I want to see her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll give you one guess who we opened up for that night.
Okay. What was the name of the show?
No more clues.
You
That
get
was
no
enough
clues.
clues. Think it comes full
just
circle.
name the first artist that comes to your mind.
With the conversation we've just had.
Not Chuckles.
No, this shit was in Indiana.
You know what? Chuckles was somebody from Chuckles area.
Yeti.
All right, your one guess is up.
Yeah, that was a terrible.
This ruined my whole joke. Or
It
the
really
whole
did,
fucking
man. It was Kung Fu.
So, anyways, we opened
Vampire.
up for Kung Fu Vampire that night.
Oh,
and this was basically when we started. So just think about that.
That's dope.
Shit is just connect. Yeah, I forgot about that song. Like, and the thing is, like, with Zay, sometimes not everybody's on all the songs, and sometimes like we don't know who's gonna be on what. So me and Factor decided we're just gonna do it back and forth as Killer Factor. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah.
I mean, sometimes we do that, sometimes we don't within Zay. Like, because is it a thing? Zay is its own thing, but it was Hardaway specifically at one point. It was like, dude, you keep doing these big ass ciphers. Why don't you just put a group together? And I was like, well, motherfucker, why don't you help me with that process? And then I don't know, how many different members have we technically had to say?
Yeah, we probably definitely had we got 6 now. We probably at least had 10 or 10 we wanted. Chuckles Chuckles was one of those guys that was down with it, but he got busy and stuff. But you know what I mean? Like he's on some of the Zay shit we got, you know what I mean? Maybe not. I don't know. That's the thing. Like there's so much shit in the works. It's not even I don't even know what we have
you guys are working
coming
on your
out
music
next.
How often? And do you guys go to the same studio or do you do it?
Look. If me and this motherfucker could like once a week for like 5 hours get in the studio,
that would be some good shit.
I don't want like people would probably fucking not like us more than they already do in this fucking area. Which
that's true. Like I haven't wrote anything per se since I don't know when. It's been a minute. But like I'm sitting on so much shit, like sometimes it's I gotta stop myself because like I said, I'm an old school like rapper. Like I just like to rap. So like I hear a beat and I'm like, oh, that shit's dope. I think I'd be dope on it. Like and like it got to the point where like I said, we got the whole Zay XAY. We call it Zay. I know we keep saying Zay. It sounds funny. We got our whole we're Zalians. We got a language. We're fucking from some other fucking I'm
Have a
telling you,
day
it's all
day, yo.
connect. That's what I'm saying. Like the shit's just like it's just strange. We're all strange people in this world. But anyways, like we
More
probably
normal.
have at least three projects. I don't know what they are, EPs, LPs. Me and Factor
One
like by
EP,
our
one EP, two LPs.
okay. And then like we got a Killer Factor project we need to drop at least one. We got one we should have did on last Halloween we haven't dropped. I got two solos, two mixtapes, like 6 EPs to drop. It's so I have to stop myself from writing. But like yeah, usually like when I write it's stupid and like it's just a lot at a time. And Factor can't keep up too. You know what I mean?
So
Not
you
like nothing to
so
Factor
when
because
you write, are you more of a freestyler? Like you listen to the beat, you freestyle and write that way, and then you go like, what's your process?
um more times than not now I have a idea or you know what I mean something of where the song's going. But like for a long time that's what I just put the beat on and then write whatever you know. And then Factor came along, like I said earlier, and he started challenging me like, dude, you're dope as fuck, but I want to hear dopeness like about the same subject or tie it, you know what I mean, the whole thing. And
Look,
like when
that's
we started this shit, like I wasn't so good at that. I ain't gonna lie.
when and that's the thing, man. Look, I'm gonna fuck it. I don't give a shit. I said I was gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. When in the process of it getting to the point where it was me and DKB, um, DKB knows for a fact because I've told him a lot of stories. Man, I made a lot of people mad, and I think more than anything, people got mad at me because I started doing this when I was 32, which is very odd. I'm 40 now, so I've only been doing it 8 years. And I just kind of stepped into the Indiana scene, and several people were like, "Hey, let me take you under my wing." And look, I read a shitload. I'm also autistic, so I'm really good at fucking patterns, right? And I've been told many a time I have a voice that's appropriate for this based on the depth and the base of it. So that in itself is helpful, which that's just fucking genetics. So several times I made several people angry because suddenly they had no advice for me. You know what I mean? Because they just and they were people that were like, "Oh, I've been doing it forever." And then finally, after everything, yeah, I ran into this motherfucker, and I remember I still Flash Before Your Eyes, is the first track we ever did, right?
Mm.
And it was just a track. He was like, "Hey, jump on this," and I jumped on it. And when it was done, I was like, "There's something else here," you know. Like I listened to it, and I'm like, "This isn't just like I was two dudes on a track. There's literally some other thing fucking here." And I do realize it was because like I'll always say like I'm the better storyteller, right? Between the two of us. But this motherfucker is way better as far as um lyricists. Just period. That's the truth. But when we initially got together, I wasn't the lyricist I am now. He wasn't the storyteller he is now. We very much sharpened. It was steel on steel, you know what I mean? And that shit got sharp, you know? And then unfortunately certain life events happened, and like I said, unfortunately
Fuck
there's a great
COVID. Like
yeah,
I don't
yeah, I fucking oh
that
my
that
god,
fucked
dude.
up a
Yeah.
lot of shit.
Yeah, like right before
The
COVID hit,
yeah
we
the
had
shutdown.
First time that you were interviewed with me and back in the day with the other interview person. I remember it was during 2020.
the
It
dude
was,
that about got me jumped in a bar, you mean?
and you were talking about your wife who is a nurse and how it was just like crazy, and it was everybody. It was right at the beginning of it, and everybody was on edge. There were riots, and it was a really good interview. It really was because it really caught a lot of like, and you were talking about a lot of political stuff. Like I appreciate how political you are, you know, and how educated you are about a lot of things going on. So, do you feel like with your music, this is where I'm going? Do you feel like you really have to censor yourself sometimes just to be cautious about saying too much? Or have you had any kind of backlash from that, from speaking the truth?
Uh, um, I gotta. I know for a fact when we did Holy Book, which was on Runs on Murder, which was the first project we put out, DKB was like, dude, are you like? I'm like, dude, just do it. It's gonna be dope, dude. But dude, I'm like, dude, just do it. It's gonna be, but dude. So I don't know that I have a line. In all sincerity, I mean, I have a line that when it's crossed, it's fuck you, you know. But I don't really like having a line of being afraid of saying something that's for the good of the entirety of everything. No. I don't think. I think that's a problem. I think too many people have that line and they're not willing to say something because they're afraid it'll affect the status quo, and then in the long run that'll affect them. Me, I have a 4-year-old and I'm aware of what the status quo is, and the status quo is not what the status quo is supposed to be by what this country is said to stand for. So, fuck your corporation.
Mm-hmm. So the album was based on that too, right? American Runs on Murder, was that the one album that was based on, or just based on how you feel about the whole scam of?
Did we name that album before we put the tracks together, bro, or did we put the tracks together and then name the album?
Can I play a song right now? I have either AA or Wickedness and Retribution.
Oh, Jesus. If you play AA, we're going to be fucking 12, 13 minutes. You know that. That track's long as shit.
Yeah, I do know that.
Yeah.
But let's play Wickedness. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Hey. Featuring none other than Chuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, featuring Chuckles.
Tell us about it.
Oh, did I get to see? I called it 1-800 Factor earlier.
That's wait. No, wait. Okay, wait. No, that's Killa Factor Inc. My bad. Wickedness and Retribution.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm fucking up my own shit.
Is this the one where we see? This is what I'm talking about, the back and forth. This is the one.
AA is the one with 12 minutes.
So, like, Wickedness and Retribution, like, we're like, the whole premise is like, like the whole world's wicked, and like we're just here like giving out retribution to whoever deserves it. And in the middle of the verse, like, we have a back and forth on the third verse, I believe. We just like stop and like, dude, are you hungry? Yeah, like, do you want some tacos? You know what I mean? And it's kind of like when we did it live, like, it throws a lot of people off, but apparently people love it. And Factor keeps telling me to do more of them. We need to do back and forth.
I am the Wade Wilson of hip hop, and sometimes I just need a fucking taco when I'm in the middle of stabbing some asshole that deserved it, just like Wade Wilson does sometimes.
Really?
Wade and Slade. What about Slade Wilson?
Who's Wade Wilson?
That's Deadpool.
I'm done. Are you fucking? Did you really just ask me who the fuck Wade Wilson was? Like, are you?
I honestly didn't know. Some people don't know everything. You know.
Some people don't know everything.
No. Okay. But look. Like, fucking pre the fucking. I would have fucking been like, okay, whatever. You don't know who, because there's 1,000 references I could sit here and make that if you got them all and be like, holy fuck, how many goddamn comic books do you fucking read? All right. But that one based on Ryan Reynolds, come on.
I don't pay attention to authors as much as like.
But no, that's Deadpool's real name.
Right. It is fine. It's fine. It's fine that I don't know that shit. And I'm not. I have tons of comics. I love comics, but I don't pick up on authors. I'm not as detailed as you.
Look, there's
certain levels to some shit.
Oh no, I mean that's completely fine. It's just God, I thought that was way more common knowledge nowadays. I mean, it is more common knowledge. Like the fact that you know who the fuck Deadpool is to begin with, really, in all honesty, is kind of fucking mind blowing.
You should be happy with that.
Yeah, like Like I'll see motherfuckers out on the street with a Deadpool shirt on. I'll be like, "Hey man, you like the movies?" Yeah. I'm like, "You ever read a comic?" No. I'm like, "Yeah, man, the movies are cool." But I'm like sitting there wanting to have a more in-depth conversation about Wade Wilson and like the fundamentals of that character and what he represents. Like really, as far as just being someone that just wants to do good, but man, he just keeps getting fucking shit. Yeah, but he just wants to do good. Yeah. Like, why a cop got to stop us because we murdered a pedophile? Really? Come on, dude. Didn't I just do you a favor?
Right. Yeah. The characters.
I said the word. I shouldn't have.
You did.
My bad.
I said it earlier too. It's all right. That's twice.
The bird
You're
is
definitely getting.
Bird.
See, that's what. No. Controversy is bad. You know what I mean? Or publicity.
And see, on Zoetic Productions, you can say whatever the fuck you want. That's
what you think. But there's people behind you smoking mirrors.
But yeah, David, that's
the safety net you think you have. There's definitely not there. I'm telling you, if we start talking about this right thing,
right,
we've had it happen. We had our own show on this motherfucking YouTube shit.
Yeah,
and then
I'll get all the warnings and shit, and I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, fuck them.
Well, it's just the fact more than
love
anything.
them, but we hate them.
Yeah, that when certain things are said like that, they'll limit your reach instantly. You know what I mean? They will instantly make it to where you'll never get as far. It's like, and I mean, I've said it. I say it kind of jokingly, but I only say it kind of jokingly. Like, I feel like if me and DKB, like, if we ever blow up as Killa Factor, like, if it ever just goes crazy, I know there are people that wouldn't like it. And those people
some hate you, Some love you, some hate you.
Well, yeah, but it's different if we really blew up, the fact that the people would hate us are the people that have the means to get rid of anybody they want to. The
flick of the wrist, you're just gone.
Yeah, like, I don't want to look, as much as we've insulted the Catholic Church, like, I don't know, though, they didn't get rid of Kevin Smith. We might be okay.
I don't know. My mom was raised Catholic. Maybe that's why I'm okay. I'm saving us. I don't know. Whatever it is, we're here hanging on by a thread at this point. I'm telling you, like, some of the shit we talk about and do and make music about, I think about, like, it's only a matter of time before, you know what I mean, something triggers somebody. And what I mean? It'll probably be the stupidest. It'll probably be like the least thing, the thing that we don't think it's going to be, that's going to flip somebody's wig. But good. Let them. That's what the world needs, That's sometimes the world needs, like, the rug lifted up, the dust shaken, let it settle, and you can see all the wickedness.
The problem is not enough people have read The Art of War. So they don't understand that it's being used against all of us because they don't know anything about it.
Is this in Wickedness and Retribution? Should we play it?
I mean, it's definitely. See, but this is the thing about Wickedness and Retribution. I think particularly with that song, it shows that fundamentally, like, look. You have to, it's the thing that you have to be able to look at things and be like, okay, this needs to go away. Okay, I had to do that. Okay, I'm still going to go have a little fun. I had to do something horrible to make the world better, but I'm not going to let that make me horrible. I'm still going to go enjoy having this taco with my bro. You know what I mean?
Fish tacos, or what kind of tacos? Carne asada? Like, do you guys have specific tacos?
I mean, have you ever had beef tongue taco, out of curiosity? That shit is delicious.
No.
I know it sounds terrible, but I had a boss of mine previously.
It does sound terrible.
It does, dude. But
I'm a chicken guy, but it depends.
If it's cooked properly, beef tongue taco is...
Yeah.
Oh, like tripe. That's what beef tongue is called.
I don't know exactly what it's called. I just ate it, all right? Because it was...
It's not menudo, is it?
What?
No, that's guts and all kinds of yucky shit. Menudo. Well, I'm going to play this song. Are you guys ready? Are you excited? Anybody watching?
I am, because I like this song. Every time I hear the song, and like every time we do this song live, it's such a
Dude, I love
adrenaline rush.
And
Yeah,
that's
let's do it.
that's the thing I love. God, we need to stage again. I've seen Davis is about to quit doing sound. I swear I want to get up to Carl's one more time to have Davis do sound for us, dude, just for old time's sake. But like, I love more than anything being on stage and doing the back and forth that we have. You know what I mean? Because there's it's fucking energy. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just
I did
energy.
this yesterday for the first time with someone with Sunny, and going back and forth performing. It's not as easy as it looks.
It can be tricky, but that's why, like, specifically. Go ahead, bro.
Like, I want to say the first time we did it, it was. You're thinking more about your part, and then like, it's not like we really rocked a lot of shows together where we did back and forth, but like, it's almost now to the point where it feels as one unit, not two people do it. You know what I mean? Doing like two different things.
I did because
like difficult. I've definitely had like some weird spiritual moments on stage when we did back and forth. And
did you guys exchange bodies? Like,
what about difficulty?
Oh no, like
I don't nothing like that, but like there was definitely there was some other energy that wasn't either one of ours in that room at one point. I can tell you that. And maybe it's always there, and it just amplifies, a certain. I mean, you got two powers in one room, and they converge, and then I don't know. It's just powerful live. Like doing live shows are just. It's something powerful about that in itself.
Yeah, that's dope. Well, let's play the song.
Unless you rap over your own vocals.
Now let me kick it, bitch. It's time to kill a bitch with the world of sickness. The way they rob these little kids of the innocence. Ain't no runner, boy, yo, death is imminent. On your knees, pray to me for deliverance. This wickedness and retribution. Red mask on my face, this your execution. Blueprint in my head for your dissolution. A world in ruin needs a revolution. And it's the killer for real though. Face down on the street, curb stop with a steel toe. No silencer, double up the pillow. This shit that you did cross the line and it's real low. But fuck it, I feel cold. Nobody that can't die. The truth right here. So sick of your damn lies. Take the mask off so you can look in my damn eyes. 44 on my waist, but I ain't talking about pant size. Fuck! These filthy humans, we've been thinking it's time for a purge. This retribution for all the wickedness in the world. These filthy humans, we've been thinking it's time for a purge. This retribution for all the wickedness in the world.
A purge of swords with layers and sedge. Take aim carefully, make sure I don't miss. The targets in question deserve nothing less than slow, malicious, painful deaths. Fire the tranks right into their necks. Bang him up quick, it becomes pure reflex. Back to the lair, they hang with the rest. When they number 42, we begin the true quest. What do you expect? A public display? You're no Captain Jack, you get no parlay. Just a close shave like that asshole Louis. It's a coup d'etat. Retribution truly comes for the wicked. Truly a must. Their actions already begin to percuss upon all of us. No habeas corpus, just a bunch of corpses in their damn circus. Ah!
Man, that shit's so fun to play live. Too, like.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's like we need a show, bro.
Filthy humans, we've been thinking it's time for a purge. This retribution for all the wickedness in the world. These filthy humans, we've been thinking it's time for a purge. This retribution for all the wickedness in the world. The shell's hot and the blade's bloody. Doing dirty work so you know we stay muddy. Hey buddy.
Yeah, what's up? I've been busy filleting these cuts, but I tell you homie, it's getting kinda tough. What to do?
I don't think they had enough lunch. Either pizza or tacos. A burger sounds good, but I really want some nachos from Vatos.
Shit, they have burritos, chimichangas, I can see. Let's go. A little Merlot as we plot the plan. Belly's full next.
Get into the fan. We need to build a brand with an endless network. A team of private eyes takes out the guesswork. You gotta have a desk clerk.
Man, that's genius. One last thing, a team of cleaners. Yeah. Cause bro, I ain't cleaning up this fucking shit. Are you?
Oh, hell no.
That's what I thought.
These filthy humans, we've been thinking it's time for a purge. This retribution for all the wickedness in the world. These filthy humans, we've been thinking it's time for a purge. This retribution for all the wickedness in the world. These filthy humans, we've been thinking it's time for a purge. This retribution for all the wickedness in the world. These filthy humans, we've been thinking it's time for a purge. This retribution for all the wickedness in the world.
You know, I just gotta say about that track. You know, when we perform it live, bro, and it's like these filthy humans. We've been thinking it's time for a purge, and then I hit in for a purge, right?
Yeah.
I so wish we'd have done that in the fucking mix.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. I always point at people when I'm doing it. You filthy human. I'm sorry. You motherfuckers. You're dirty.
The song is really good, though. You did the mastering.
Shit.
Was good.
Thank you. That fucking album, man, that shit was fun too. Like, man, there's a lot of good shit on that album. And like, I think like the whole like the purge shit, like, I think it's because we had that fucking show where he interviewed that dude that fucking was like the something assistant, some shit of the purge.
He was
Remember
the co-director.
But yeah, that wasn't like the main guy.
He was,
but he was pretty happy. Yeah, like
okay. Look, bro. Can I say though? Honestly,
I think that's why we wrote that.
You just fucking.
Or I think that's why that thought came into our head at least.
He's a co-director.
Maybe not. Fuck, I don't know. We come up with a lot of shit that.
I thought what stood out the most was when you were talking about like tacos. Like, what kind of tacos do you want? That was funny.
Yeah, like. I can't remember, like, I'm not like I don't like to joke around in my music, and it's like not very much shit's funny to me. Like,
all I do is fuck around.
I'm too many rabbit holes, man. Like, I don't know, my fucking brain's fucked. Like shit's funny, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't like to rap. Like, it's not a joke to me. Like, Factor's like, man, just do it. It's funny. I'm like, man, all right, I'm gonna do it. But like, I remember like having this point where I don't want to do this because I don't like funny shit. But then like everybody loves that part, and I don't. And like here's a real dope thing. We was gonna have our album cover. We was gonna be walking down the street, right? Like all whatever we're doing, we're walking down the street, and like Factor was gonna have a fucking burrito or chimichanga or whatever, a bag from that fucking. From Vatos on the cover, so that's you know what I mean. That's funny. So I don't know who Vatos are. They're just guys that make burritos.
Music.
Hmm.
So, why don't you appreciate the humor in music? What do you feel like you have to take your music really serious, or do you feel like sometimes you can be lighter with it?
I don't know. I think it's just because I think now, like, definitely, but I kind of grew up in an era where soft, funnier shit was kind of deemed kind of soft or funny. You know what I mean? Like, and that just wasn't me. That's not how I was raised. Where I was from, and like I said, like coming out, like I'm trying to show you how dope I am. I ain't trying to like do nothing like that, and being a white dude in the Midwest, like. Your first thing you think of, even not even being from the Midwest, is Eminem, of course, and that dude's goofy as fuck on everything. And like, I don't know, I'm just like, I was always ultra like not goofy as fuck. Like, don't say nothing funny. I don't know. But yeah, like I definitely do like I lighten it up like more. I think even after I got with Factor, which is weird because like you think both of our energies together would be darker, but somehow like he's allowed me to take a break. I think I was going so hard like on music, like where I don't have to do nothing now for a minute because I'm kind of sitting on some shit. But at the same time, like it's it's just so much going on.
So who
From
does your mixing and mastering?
it depends. Like every project, we usually do somebody different. So
Yeah, because Runs on Murder was D-Pain.
yeah,
Wickedness and Retribution was
Jasu,
Jatsui.
Jasu, whatever his name. Yeah, Jasu. He's from out there in your area, I believe. Bounce Ball Boogie set us up with him, and then yeah, he did a dope job. And then
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
last, like usually like my shit, my solo shit, I'll do myself because like I might be autistic or whatever you call the range I'm on, where like I have to have. I don't like people touching my shit. Like it's my project. Like I gotta produce it. I gotta fucking rap on it. I gotta mix it. I gotta master it. I gotta put the graphics on it. I'm putting it out, doing everything. Like
You do the complete art, like the complete
usually, like
all.
yeah, usually I do it all, and it's not that I don't like. I love it, but it's sometimes it's a lot, and having somebody like Factor that does different shit than I do is like dope in itself too. And that's a point of when we started XAY, like everybody had to bring something else to the table no matter what it was. Like you can't just rap. Like you
Right.
had to rap and make beats, rap and be able to edit videos, rap and be able to do some artwork, rap and have some fucking cash. You know what I mean? Something
Mhm.
like that. Rap and be a promoter. But
So,
like
sorry to interrupt you.
no,
I,
that's what I'm saying. It's just like with Factor, it's nice to have like somebody that has his thumb on different shit than I do, and I can kind of sit back and not have to think about all the whole project at once.
I
yeah.
just look. I'm just pissed we could never get that fucking cover properly done.
Yeah, I know.
So you guys are a pretty dope team. So you rap, Unknown Factor. What are your skill sets that you put into this? You rap as well.
I
And
rap, I write, I'm very conceptual, I'll say, as far as just coming up with
Yeah,
shit. Um, fucking, I can video edit. I swear I'm gonna get that video edited one day, bro. Either that or you're gonna just stab me for never getting it done.
it is
Wouldn't
what
be
it
the
is.
first time he stabbed me. Go listen to all of Runs on Murder.
My bad.
I love that I can
I
literally
did.
say that. Fucking- yeah.
Yeah, it's
He is way more skilled musically than I am. I will say that as far as in
is
mixing and beat
and that's
mastering.
the
But
thing. Like it's because I had to do it all myself, and I've done it for like
20
forever.
years.
Like I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know. I think I know what I'm doing, but it sounds good. I guess it's my sound. I now come to that conclusion that I might not sound the best, like the mixes and masters I do, but it's like my sound. Like like you don't want to take away somebody's sound. That's what makes them. So like I've come to like I've kind of it's been okay. Like I like my shit now. There was a point where it's like, man, I'm just missing like a good mix. But like I said, like growing up broke, not really having money for shit, like I couldn't. And it was different times back then too. You can't just. It wasn't on the internet. It was
yeah, see
you was
that's
recording on.
hey,
I was
hey.
recording on
My dog is angry.
analog shit. But like that's why I started building up my own studio. you know, every Christmas or whatever, I just started getting shit and and I just started learning things little by little by little. And like, I still fuck with like free programs and shit like that now. Cause like, that's kind of what I was raised on. Like, that, the era of fucking Napster or whatever you call it. Like, he was just finding some programs and learning how to fucking put some beats on it. Like, I didn't know none of this digital shit. Like, if I would have known, I came into it so late, like, it just makes it so much easier to have shit in front of, like, a picture in front of you on a screen that you can just, you know what I mean? Back in the days, it was a lot harder. And I think that was the thing too. Like, it's a lot of energy to put in where you don't have people backing you where you're from and all that shit. It's rough.
I find that sometimes, like, the greatest work is on the shittiest equipment. Sometimes you can
Yeah,
put
it's just how
together,
you use it.
yeah,
Definitely.
And
yeah,
that's the other thing. Like comparatively from when I started to when he started, I mean, it was very, very different situations. You know, DKB was like, "I'm gonna start rapping," and then he just started putting the shit together. I went to a show that I had been to a show in a long time. I went to a Boondocks show. And I will only say this answer because my brother was like, "That's the most hip hop fucking answer you could have." So I'm like, all right, then. That's the reason I started doing hip hop is I went to this Boondocks show. I seen all the local openers and I was like, I will wreck every one of these motherfuckers. Now I say that without like the last time I'd fucked around was when I was like in my 20 somewhere around my 20s fucking around with my homies when we was drinking on a computer with a piece of shit mic. But I was literally like I listened to them and I was like, yeah, this sucks. I can wreck this. And that's what got me started. And I quickly just started like fucking around and freestyling at concerts. And then motherfuckers were like I had people be like, "Hey man, your shit's dope, man. You should come record this and that." And so started the epic journey of me pissing people off that thought they were gonna fucking I was gonna be their protege until I found my brother, and we have done everything that we have. It was an interesting journey to say the fucking least, you know. But so I mean, he started doing it alone, and I instantly had people being like, "Yeah, yeah." So it was just different.
Yeah, so especially like, and like me, like I said, I didn't really try to get myself out there when I was first started rapping. I just did a lot of shit. Like, I always thought I was fucking dope. I always made shit that was dope. Like, I probably dropped more free mixtapes than anybody I fucking ever known. Besides, like, you know, like a couple big stars. Like, I probably dropped over 50 some free mixtapes. Just, I mean, that's just what I did. I don't care if like I was just putting shit out.
right.
And
Dude, we need to like.
yeah,
I
it's
swear
different when
that track Saturday, we need to take and just like I don't even care what I throw behind it at this point. I'm about to just put like anime behind it or something because that track is so fucking hilarious.
yeah, we definitely need a couple clones, you know, if you know any,
Yeah. I
or
don't want
interns.
clone, man. I want that Jamie Madrox's fucking multiple man ability where I can hit myself really hard. Suddenly there's two of me. I tell him to go fuck off and do something, and then I can reabsorb him and I just
I
have.
would have them go to work for me. I'd be like, go to work. I'll be just doing what I want.
Oh, if I had the Jamie Madrox ability, there'd be like 20 of me at any given time, and then I'd absorb them and put 20 more out and absorb them and people would be like, "How did this dude take over the world?" I'd be like, I wasn't even trying to do that actually. It just sort of happened.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like it was a side effect.
Mm-hmm.
Siler, no. That's terrible. The wife
So,
said she'd go with Siler.
we've gone almost an hour and a half into the interview. Do you guys? Do you
The
have any?
interview started. We already started the interview.
Oh yeah, it's been
I'm
going on
sorry.
for an hour and a
I'm
half.
just joking. I'm just fucking with you.
I'm like, what the fuck are you smoking? What are you smoking? Like seriously,
I mean, don't you know he
Heavy
gets that
green.
good.
I can tell. So,
Hey man, just gotta stay level.
so
Nobody can
what's your
tell.
next
It's
big
like
step?
Jim Brewer said.
What's your next big step, you guys? Where do you see yourself? Like, if you're looking at a staircase to get to where you want to be in your career with music, or if you call it, if you are calling it a career, if you are you guys making what you want out of music right now? Like, where would you be?
Definitely.
Well, I mean,
I don't.
if all the distributors of streaming paid artists properly, I'm sure we'd be in a way better position. But then you get into a whole conversation of corporations and what they do to people. Like, I'm still screwed up about the fact of how many plays I have as an individual artist, and I showed you that number a while ago, bro. You can't tell me that shit don't look right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. All right. So I mean, I don't know fundamentally now with the way the world is. It's funny. You can't be an artist and just put out music because with streaming platforms and the fact that these corporations and these asshole CEOs eat most of it, there's no
Yeah, we're
way.
3 hours away, and you know what I mean, from each other.
And
2 3
that's
hours.
killer as far as the
That's
distance
yeah, for doing
and finding
shows
shows.
for
Yeah, that's it's
and like yeah, I don't know if I really I never really set a goal. Maybe that's where I am now. I just do what I do. I mean, if it does something, it does something. But I did a lot of shit like I never thought I was gonna do. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, at the end of the day, like I think I mature enough where I really don't give a shit, and I know how it is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it'd be dope. Don't get me wrong, but like if it don't happen, I'm still happy because like
Right. At least
I
you're able
did
to
some of the
make your
shit I
music.
want to do. I gotta work with some of the people I wanted to work with, or whatever the case was. You can't you can't always like I wish this would have happened or if this or if that. It's just like it is what it is at this moment, and then like the type of shit we do, it's it's like even though we're solo artists in our own rights, like I'm still like I don't go as deep as Killa Factor on my solo shit about some of the shit I talk about. I'm a lot more emotional, and I just talk about different stuff when I'm on my own that I wouldn't do as Killer Factor. So like I could see myself as solo blowing up more, but I'm at the age now where it's probably not going to happen, and I don't really give a shit if it don't. And at the same time, like some of the shit we do for Killer Factor, like is the reason why I is the only reason why I make music. Or some of the shit we did for XAY, like it's just like the feeling I get is why we do it. Like and yes, I would love to have a billion people hear the message. I mean, who wouldn't? You know what I mean? But at
That's
the end of the
what they do.
day, it's like
Everybody
if
wants.
one person, that's kind of how I am, man. Like maybe it's the scale I'm on the fucking the A scale. Like if just one person tells me something about a song, I gotta go back. Now I gotta listen to that song to figure out why like they like that song or you know what I mean, shit like that. It's just
Do you
that's what
feel
I
like
enjoy is
when
making
you're on
music more
stage,
than
do you feel like you've made those connections with fans to where their experience hearing the music from you or just talking to you creates that um, demand for your music?
yeah, definitely. And I think it's kind of weird though, like because definite, I'm definitely an introvert.
You
Like
know
I
what I
don't want.
really
I don't.
wish,
That's probably why I didn't release a lot of shit. Like I don't want people to hear my shit. You know what I mean?
which is
But
funny because I
yeah,
know there are people waiting for his shit. But I think the funny thing personally is there are a lot of times where like pre Killafactor before him and I had really gotten together where I went out and I performed places. There are several of those particular shows I can think of that I wish it would have been him and I and not just myself.
Mm.
Because I know for a fact that that's a it's a whole other level of energy, you know, when you get us together on stage. Like it's something different. And I'd personally like to say it's unique. But as far as like where I'd like to see it go, I'd like to more than anything see it have a positive effect on the overall outcome. If it did that, that would be phenomenal.
Right.
You know, like that. That's the main thing, though, is
Like
just to see it have a better overall effect for all of us.
do you feel like you've accomplished that in ways? Like, do you feel satisfied that you have made that effect and that imprint?
I know there are people personally that spoke to me, like when I've been out at shows and Shan performed, and like they said they really dug it and all that, and I mean that's dope. But the impact I'm referring to is far larger, and I don't know that we as a species will ever be capable of it because there's too small of a percentage that read the art of war, and it is those that read it that are typically the ones that have the power to be able to use it. And in using it against a bunch of people that are unfamiliar with the tactics, it will always work.
So it's like higher scale manipulation of the world.
But not to the level that most people think.
Like our brains can't comprehend it. But it's
No.
under our noses.
I mean, we all could. It's just stop scrolling on TikTok. Go fucking read.
Yeah, who reads actual books, guys? Like, seriously, I was thinking about that. I can't believe it.
Yeah,
Most
books.
paper.
Nobody even reads. I just seen a thing today where this guy, he only writes like 10-page descriptions, and only if it gets picked up for a movie will he write the book. Now that's fucking genius. He's only made a couple books, or a couple of them been sold for movies, but still, like he just writes a synopsis of this idea, and they're like, "Oh, that's a good idea," and he's like, "Okay, now I'll write the book." Instead of fucking, like just people just being creative and writing something, and then seeing where it goes from that. Which, I mean, it's a lot like that, like in music too. Like sometimes when I sit down to write, like I don't know where it comes from, or I don't know where it's going, but it ends somewhere, and I'm always satisfied with it. You know what I mean? Like it's a cool process, but like Factor definitely he likes the story shit. That's what I'm talking about. Like he's talking about like some other shit on a different level behind the fucking curtain shit. And I just want to make dope music that's like timeless classic. Like I don't know, like you could just pop in the wickedness and retribution in 10 years and be like you're saying it's still relevant. I hope it's not still relevant, or it's something you could touch, you know what I mean? You could feel like you knew something that happened, you know what I mean?
Like you go back and you bring it
But
back
that,
up. Like,
you know what I mean? Other than that, like I don't like it'd be, how dope it'd be to have like a dope ass budget and to have like shit in the shows. Like we could get a lot more. Like me and Factor talks about just going to like a state fucking capital and just doing shows on the Capitol steps. Why not? You know what I mean? We'll probably get arrested a few times, but
yeah. Pardon me.
it's basically like the message needs spread more than anything. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's the whole fact that
we've like
both the wives.
He said, like there's people like.
But both the wives told us no.
Go ahead.
On the state capital.
It happens. Yeah, shit. People are afraid, but whatever.
And understandably so. I think, like, look, if we went to a place like that and started performing certain tracks, they could go like, look, we could incite people in a way that they don't want people incited, ostensibly, especially if they've
had like, I mean, like Bob Marley, they've got rid of him. They've got rid of certain people because they've said certain shit. I wouldn't put it past them to do anything.
Crazy. Like
no matter how big or small somebody is. I don't put past anything past whatever shadow is moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy. Like some of the greatest people that make the greatest movements in the world just end up dying right away.
Yeah. Don't.
Or people that
Um.
make money off of them and their
Yeah.
paths.
Definitely don't leak any information ever, or you will die within. You know, or you will. You know,
Or you'll get shut down or whatever.
something will happen. Yeah. It's wild, man. It's like we're living in a movie.
It is. It feels like it. So can I
Killer
play?
Factor's a soundtrack.
Could I play Project Blue book final mix? Is a Project Blue book?
Oh yeah, Project Blue Book.
I
Can
just gotta say, here's another weird roundabout universal thing. So we done that track. That track was done. I started doing the questionnaire. Right. I've started season 2. I bring on Michael Oeming, who, I mean, if you Google Michael Oeming, you guys can find out all about him. He's done a number of things. I think if anybody's seen the show Powers, he's one of the co-creators of that comic. But he was literally dropping a comic called Blue Book that's about the actual situations that happened that made that project real, because Blue Book is a real government project where they were actually trying to figure out as far as about UFOs and all of this, and it was a crazy investigation. You know, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories behind it. There's actual documents that you can find. They're redacted to hell, so you'll never be able to find out everything that was actually said there. But I think it's funny that we already had this track done, and then here I am bringing on this creator that's writing a book about the actual shit. It was really odd. Like I said, I was in no way, shape, or form close to booking Michael Oeming before this track was done and out there.
So hopefully it gets picked up for a movie or some TV show.
That would be cool.
Hey, if it does, dude, I will
How dope
straight up
would that
hit up
be?
Michael, be like, hey, man, I got a great opening track for you.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's play it. Let's give it a listen. Let's play Project Blue. Let me turn it up.
Star blaze, UFOs of dark shades, all undetected in this dark space. The Mars face and Black Knight satellite, Star Wars battle fight. You better have your data right in your triangulation. Another craft spotted from the space station, a formation of lights in the background, all moving in sync and they lack sound. They trying to track down, get a new look, so they classify Project Blue Book from pixie to all different angles. Boomerangs over distant triangles, angel hair and orbs of that bright light, stay shining in the sky like a nightlight. On a night flight, the starship hovering, and this is all verified by the government. And I don't mean to leave you too shook. Cloak and device, give it a look. I'm talking Project Blue Book. I'm just talking Project Blue Book. And I don't mean to leave you too shook. Cloak and device, give it a look. I'm talking Project Blue Book. I'm just talking Project Blue Book.
I've seen your special report. 14 more like 42 as you resort to our destruction. As you consort with Paul, gonna make him retort. Calling for support. Done reviewed humanity. Earth's gonna stand still. You fuckers cause fatality. All for your lack of hospitality. Now you got all outer space mad at me and humanity. So now we check your case. Redactions everywhere. You trying to save face. Your actions are reactions. All the power race. So many factions in your database. Disgrace. Keep the info for self. Bringing it in. Looking for wealth. Got no concern for your people's health. Time to mask up. Use a little stealth.
And I don't mean to leave you too shook. Cloak and device, give it a look. I'm talking Project Blue Book. I'm just talking Project Blue Book. And I don't mean to leave you too shook. Cloak and device, give it a look. I'm talking Project Blue Book. I'm just talking Project Blue
Just
Book.
gotta find the info, hangers were a bust.
Area 51 grade, use it as a cover
Run
up.
up to 54, check Bob's information.
Wasn't even there, motherfucker was on vacation.
All indications aim towards Ohio.
Bizarre, I guess Lazar just had a lie low.
Fuck it though, hanger 18 or
We
bust.
pulled up, and our ride turned to
Were we
dust.
left for dead or were they in there
The
waiting?
secret tunnel led to the installation.
No hesitation, no time for fashion.
Somebody tripped a sensor, see all these lights flashing.
Kids are dashing, grabbing everything we can.
Ran into J-Rod, a motherfucking man.
Time to get to running, kill a factor, never die.
Project Bluebird can't be denied, Bob Lazar never lied. And I don't mean to leave you too shook. Cloak and advice, give it no look. I'm talking Project Bluebird. I'm just talking Project Bluebird. And I don't mean to leave you too shook. Cloak and device, give it no look. I'm talking Project Bluebird. I'm just talking Project Bluebird.
And that one was your idea.
Yeah, because we had a show called Aliens Ate My Broadcast that we used to do about conspiracy shit, and like I went in so many rabbit holes. It was unreal, but like when you learn shit like that and that's real, that the government has concealed for decade almost, you know what I mean? Shit's
Decades. What are
shit.
you talking about, bro?
Decade.
That was that was like Blue Book was in like the 70s.
Whatever,
like
a
even
half a century, whatever
There
they
you
hit
go.
it for. I'm just saying, like when you learn about shit, like it changes a lot of shit inside of you. Where like I think that show like fucked with my head so much because I went in so many rabbit holes. Like, and that song's what came out of it. And if you don't know who J Rod is, like, but that's who we ran into that saved us and we got out. That's apparently
Really?
that's a real dude. That's a real alien. That's his name, J Rod. And yeah, I'm sure he's dead by now. But
There's a rap named
when it originally crashed, apparently that's what they named the alien, which is kind of funny to me. Why J Rod? I don't know. It's kind of funny. Like, yeah, you want to think about like the letter J was never in the Bible or whatever them old things until like they rewrote it, like King Testament, and then it became Jesus or whatever. Like it was always Yahshua or Yahweh or whatever.
Yahweh.
There was no J. So like the J and then like the rod. You think about like the rod. They talk about like there's a lot of weird supernatural shit there that makes me wonder if aliens and angels are the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Or some crazy shit like that.
So,
Like is balls of light meteors you thought was angels?
hold up.
Is it
I know
alien?
what you're talking about. Okay, so they like go back in time and they have all these historic moments where angels came from the sky, but there's a theory. I don't know if it's 100%. Like take everything with a grain of salt. That people were looking up at aliens. They weren't seeing. They were seeing what they wanted to see, or the interpretation of history had kind of changed what they saw. But if you look at like Egypt in their pictures, how they have the little flying saucers and stuff, like
Yeah.
the mind interprets things differently. So if we were to see,
That's true.
like, actually see, I'm atheist. I'm sorry, but I am. If you guys aren't, that's fine. But if you see like a ball of light coming down, your mind's perception will create what's coming down. And then they have also said that aliens can fuck with your minds like that.
You never know. You never. That's the thing. And do you want to know? Like, if we got the Vatican open and we got all this information, do you really want to know all that information?
I don't think that we would be able to contain all that information in our brains. I think our brains would explode, literally.
Yeah, there's.
I think it would
That's
just
what
be
I'm
like
saying.
we'd in a
it's
coma trying to figure it out.
yeah, it's like you don't want to. You only want to be at a certain level of intelligence. Once you get too smart, it's dangerous. That's why they keep us in boxes down here. Factor, I hope you ain't going to where I think you're going. All right, going to the studio. Well,
Where do you think I was going? Wait, where the hell do you think I was
You said
going?
he had that song "Bow Down."
Yeah, I was not able to.
Well, there's a funny part in the intro of it. If once you get to listen to it, if you ever do.
What's up?
Just, I know the part he's talking about.
Pure fuckery.
Well, let me see if I can download it.
Yeah, I did that.
You did?
Yeah, shit on the track.
I want to hear this now. I'm really curious.
I just shit on the track.
It's just shit.
I just shit on the track.
That's it? You just shit.
I literally shit on the track.
That shit?
I took a shit on the track.
That's true.
So it really is a fact that you took his shit on the track.
That's a fact with Factor.
So we figured out the unknown factor.
Hey, look.
Yeah, you never know.
This ain't North Korea. I don't care what North Korea's leader says, man. Everyone shits. Okay? Everyone shits.
Okay, so you would like to play Bow Down?
Featuring another member of Zay and JDJ Hardaway.
So Bow Down to...
I mean, you don't have to play it, but...
You don't know the track Bow Down, Meduzi?
I do have it. I've had it in my library, and I do know it.
No, no. I don't mean from us.
No, what track are you talking about?
I mean from the the West Side Connection.
Yeah. What is this? Tell me about it.
See, can I say, my brother, this is see, I know, dude. This is why like how do you that is hip hop history.
So sing it to me. How does it go?
What Bow Down? Man, I ain't singing the hook how they do it because I ain't like.
I probably know it. I'm just it's not. There's so many songs.
What's that one? That one. That's like Friday. You know the song Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so Bow Down is like a classic from the 90s.
That's true.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I'm thinking Underground Levels. Sorry.
No. Well, look,
So is this a spoof of Bow Down, or is this like explain to us your Bow Down, the remix that you've done?
I mean, I wouldn't call it a spoof. I'd say it's a cover of Bow Down. I'd say I need to.
In our own, it's like a half cover, half
parody, or is it like explain the style of this song? Well,
it was just if us three made the fucking Bow Down, this is what we would have fucking done. So this is what we did.
And it's not the West Side Connection; it's the Midwest Connection. It was me, my brother DKB, and Hardaway. Yeah, the three of us.
It was just a dope beat, and we all three killed it. I don't know. It was a good track, and that's the bonus track to Wickedness and Retribution, which is not. You can't find this online anywhere.
I kind of feel like we should put this up online.
This is rare moment. You're stepping in rare air right here.
Yeah, because I don't think this has ever been played online anywhere. Actually, I mean, I know we've done it live. We did it live with Hardaway at the Kung Fu show.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. My bad. I left the porch door open. I spaced it. But yeah, I don't think this has ever been played online anywhere at all.
Well, let's finish this. I'm getting it all downloaded as we speak. And
that's just crazy. That's what I'm saying. bro, look, we got 2 tracks. I feel like, which is Saturday, which is an homage to Friday, and then this, and then I feel like actually there's a couple tracks that we've got that are bonuses on the CD, and that have never really been put out anywhere that we should put out. To be real honest, like I feel like I'm missing one in the back of my head that we've done, because I know I did on my own. Wait, I know that. Well, technically, that's supposed to be the bonus track on my upcoming CD, which is Up in Here.
Yeah, DMX.
Yeah, I kind of redid that.
See, that's my thing. Like a lot of my mixtapes, I've already rapped on 1,000 beats. So.
This man probably has. I know he's got more. He's probably got more than 3 mixtapes out than. I mean, I would almost
if you play
bet
all my songs back to back to back, it'd be at least a fucking day and a half.
Damn. Really? So you have that much music out? Do you have something? Do you have like streams that you?
I got free. I got a bunch of like free like mixtapes. Like, and of course I did Dat Piff, which I don't even know if you can get on there anymore. But like the one I know like most of them's on is called Nerve Mixtape, NerveDJsMixtapes.com. I'll post a link. I'll give you the link.
Yeah, definitely.
But I definitely have like 50 like some free mixtapes. It's all free shit. So like, there's anything from albums to like basically what you would call freestyles or whatever. But yeah,
there's a lot there.
I did a lot of shit. Like, yeah, and then like you talk about like coming, like you can't put all that shit out for one, because all that 90% of it's not my beats or something like that.
Right, you don't want the rights.
And it's like it's hard to redo a million songs.
Well, I'm gonna play this song. Is it okay to play "Bow Down"? Do you have any?
I think it's okay.
Jay,
what do you think, Factor?
I mean, you are technically using a beat. You might get a copyright.
Yeah, I might get a warning, but if I.
Yeah, but that's all. Like, I mean, that would be the main thing, is that you get some kind of copyright against it. But I don't.
So everything's good. So I'm gonna play it.
If not, it's the end of the thing.
I thought you were gonna say it's the end of the world.
It could be. I mean,
hey, look, I had a good day with my boy today, and I want many more of them, bro. Don't say that.
Okay.
I did.
Let's play this song. Let's go.
Yeah. The world is mine, just fucking relax, 3 killers. Yeah. About to murder this track, about to drop a bomb. Gotta hit the John. Wait, hold on. Now I'm back for the attack. No fucks given till my last. Could put you on blast, but that would be too easy. I prefer complex, just ask DK Bleezy. You wanna be sleazy? This is your D-Day. Why the hell y'all think we brought hard away? So put it away and just bow down before we go and burn you down to the ground. Yeah, smoke out, you rodent. Somebody roll a blunt. I think I need to smoke it. Now back to the matter at hand. Midwest Connect, now shut up and bow down when I come to your town. Bow down when I'm Midwest bound. Bow down because I ain't a hater like you. Bow down to the killer that's greater than you.
Do you not know who the fuck I am? I'm that killer that shat on that bitch Sam. So get your facts right, it can mean your life. Anybody can't get it when I flash that knife. Dropping bombs on these lynches, grinches, snitches, and hoes. I'm not the one to fuck with, get it through your thick as zone. On my phone, I'm about to whoop a peasant looking ass. In the grass, middle of the street, you're home, you're getting thrashed. Break you over tables, desks, chairs alike. Disrespectful little prick getting beat by mag light. You know you lost the fight before it even got started. You were backing up slowly, apologies half-hearted. My lady wouldn't like it, but we passed that now. Talking tough will get you rough, DKB, hold my crown. The unknown's in your town, the loss is now found. King shit's about to happen, they forgot to bow down. Bow down when I come to your town. Bow down when I'm Midwest bound. Bow down, because I ain't a hater like you. Bow down to a killer that's greater than you.
Well, it's that night wearing, still wanna fit it. The shadiest killer and click who wanna get it. Killer when I spit it. I got another bar to slay, a card to play. Killer factor and a harder way, flow like a waterway. I'm so wavy, watch your body ride away. John Wayne Gacy, boy, I'm so crazy. Bonkers, I make shit you already did. Just go and embrace it. Fuck if you shake shit. Reptilian, you snakes. Get the fuck out my face. Step into place with some Indiana greats. Before you know the shit bangs, better motherfucker hates. Digging into crates, Midwest Connect. Blade to your neck, 3 kings in a deck. They deem me a threat, so bitch, shut up and kill it all. Y'all can kiss my Nike is I show up. When I come to your town, bow down. When I'm Midwest bound, bow down. Because I ain't a hater like you. Bow down to a killer that's greater than you. Bow down. When we come to your town, bow down. When we Midwest bound, bow down. Because we ain't no haters like you. Bow down to some killers that's greater than you.
That shit was dope. Fuck it.
Okay, so the sound was the stellar. Like the quality of that recording was good. Like in my headphones, like it's
Dope.
beautiful, Chris, everything, and it was a great remake. Was that
Thank
really a turd though?
Hmm?
Was it really a turd? Like really, it really was a turd, huh?
Yeah, I don't know where he got that sample.
Oh, it was a sample of them.
Don't worry about
I don't
where I
know.
got that
Maybe it
from.
wasn't. It wasn't on my verse. He told me about it. I told him he was fucking crazy. Anyway,
Did you test that sample?
whatever. He got a turn. It worked.
Do I need to take? I didn't take a picture of it. I'm sorry.
No. Did you send it to the lab?
I mean, it wasn't like black or anything, so it was just a regular. It's fine.
Okay. Well, it sounded great.
It was a Taco Bell night. Okay.
I could hear the little tequila in there.
You
Okay,
know?
get it.
Yeah.
So I'm about ready to close this interview. We've gone almost 2 hours, which has been a great interview. I've learned a lot about you guys. So there's a lot of factors going on that we've kind of exposed in this interview, and I kind of expected a little more reaction in the comments. So as people watch this, comment, and I'll just watch it for the next day or so. But show Wednesday, motherfuckers. What?
They don't like us.
That's
I'm
true.
wondering. I'm wondering.
Sorry, I'm unlikable.
Okay, let's get real. All right, if you're scrolling and you just scroll past, you don't know what you're scrolling past. I mean, sometimes you may not like the truth, or you may not like information that's out of your comfort zone. But have you listened to their music? Have you listened? Like, just pass it by. Go ahead. Pass us by. We don't care. But do you want free tickets on Wednesday? It's free.
I mean, why would you not want free tickets?
Why would you not
Like,
want 2 fucking free tickets?
Yeah, Kung Fu's dope, man. Like I said, I know we got that track with him. I know we did that back and forth on. I wonder, do I have that handy?
Oh my god. Last year when he came here, it was a great show. And I love his new stuff that he's doing. And it's interesting. He has a lot of fans from back in the day too.
I'm curious. Hey, DKB, you remember what that track was called? No, you don't remember what that track was called either?
Not off the top of my head.
What happened? Don't make me like turn on Panty Dropper or some shit.
Well, do you guys want to shout anybody out? I'm sure you have some big ass teams.
My brother, Mr. DKB, that if it wasn't for him, God knows, I would have ended up in some bad situations. But when it suddenly was not just me and him, or it wasn't just me showing up at the bar, it was me and him. It didn't matter how drunk people were. They didn't want to come up and ask me if I wanted to be unknown.
So you're welcome.
Yeah, that for sure. Beyond that, man, all of Zay and anyone that associates with Zay. Yeah. I don't know. All the dope comic book people and Alan Henry that I've had a chance and that I'm gonna. I swear, bro, you're coming to play D&D July 6th. You hear me?
Trying to turn me into a nerd. See.
Right. Look,
Anyways.
but hey, look.
There's nothing wrong with being a nerd. Come on.
It's all right.
What made me it's what made me the storyteller
There's
I
different
am,
levels to the nerdness.
That's
I've never played the D. I'm not on the D&D level. I'm sorry. I've done other weird shit.
Bro, I haven't played D&D since like I was like 16 or 17 or some shit. I don't even remember. Maybe a little bit younger. I don't know. Like it was right around in that era.
Yeah, shut up. Stop talking about your childhood. I'm shouting out you. You're talking about your childhood and meeting Stan. Shout out to Jay for meeting Stan Lee, his idol, and asking me for an interview one day. Because then that's kind of how. Did you know before this too? We didn't even add this to the story. Like I went to a concert. I think it was Triple MFD or some shit. You want to talk about like LS? We were talking about LSP and shit. That's weird. But anyways, like all of a sudden Jay's there. I see him. I know him because he's there. Like saying I'm from NFGR. Like he was trying to interview like artists and shit. And this whole time, this motherfucker was about to get jumped by like 30 dudes. I didn't even know it, and I'm like behind him. So like maybe that's why I was behind him at that moment. You know what I mean? And that was like, I didn't even know Jay. I didn't even know No Fucks. I thought they was like popular. I'm like, oh, I think I've heard of that.
I've heard this before. Dope. You get jumped a lot, Jay. Like
a lot of people don't like.
Well, yeah, but I want to point out.
It's never happened.
You know what though? It's never just one. It's always a group. The one time it was one, which funnily enough was on that show that night. Like he kind of wanted to. But he was completely.
See, I think that's the thing too. Like we talk a lot of shit in our music, but when it comes to like personal people and like personal beefs or whatever, like I don't think we've ever talked shit in our music about that. Like we've always, I mean, we're either gonna say it to your face or like we're gonna have a conversation on, Messenger or something like. That's the thing too. Like,
in all fairness, my brother, the track that is
man, I'm sure there's shit here and there. Don't get me wrong. There's certain shit, but you know what I mean.
But mind
it's not
you,
like they wouldn't know.
A situation of one of
and they can know. They can all know because we'll let them. We'll tag them. We don't tag people. We don't tag 99
dude,
people.
I know because I had a whole back and forth with one of the dudes that he ended up saying I was a bully. Or he's like, I'm gonna go make a post saying the Unknown Factor is a bully. I was like, all right, you just make sure you tag me in it. Of course he didn't, but I went and found the post and just trolled the shit out of him. And he deleted the post.
Like listen to dope music. I appreciate everybody that tuned in or is going to tune in. We'll share this shit. We'll do like what we can, and anybody that listens to our music and like feels anything,
So the reason why I interviewed you guys is because
Joe.
I think we're over here in the West and you're in the Midwest, and I just wanted to expose you to.
We both went
here in Utah
same time,
and
like robots.
West Coast. Like we're pretty much all like West Coast. We all like a lot of tourists travel out here.
This is a big scene out there.
And like even Salt Lake is getting on the map more. There's a lot of traffic with shows that are going on. Like sometimes we have like 5 shows a week, and it's been really dope. So, do you guys ever travel? Have you guys? What's the farthest you've gone on tour? Have you toured, or are you just mainly just like Carl's Tavern, or like where?
I mean, we collectively, like, because when there was a time where it just was a bit easier to get out and do shows. You know what I mean, as far as respectively, and I've been out of state a few times, just pretty much all the surrounding states. I think. The border Indiana. As Killa Factor, we made it pretty close to Michigan. No.
We had like 3 shows set up. Like we've
That's
had
the
other
thing, though.
shit set up, but
Yeah.
like that's the thing around here. Like not only the Midwest, like I think it's just Indiana the most. There's like not a scene. The scene is I don't know. It's more clicky. Like people don't like to help each other. They don't like to link up. They don't like to. It's very far and few between. Few
You
between.
guys
You
would
know what I mean?
love
There's a
Salt
few
Lake.
people I could
Just say
shout out.
you would love Liquid
Oh
Joe's.
yeah, it's a lot different when there's a scene.
Yeah, if you guys did decide to come out, you get a lot of
It's
family
really
love.
bad around here. We're in the Bible Belt. We still don't have we don't have marijuana legalized. There's a lot of shit that's wrong up here.
Kind
It's
of behind the.
just a bad area. It's a bad area to make some dope music. I'm telling you that.
Well, maybe that's fuel. Maybe that opposing force fuels the good shit. You never know. But we appreciate
Yeah,
you
as
getting.
far as like tours and shit, hell yeah, motherfuckers, let's book us. Let's go to Denver.
Know that
Pay us
I know that
$50,000 a room full of weed
books me all the time. He's going out on a
right now.
gas
I'll be
tour.
there.
Wait,
No,
wait,
shit,
dude.
watch out.
Firstly, you said,
No, for
man,
real
I'll
though,
show
just
up
check
for
out the music.
I'll show up
We
for 5
appreciate
G's
you.
and a case of water. All right. I don't know what he's talking about.
See, you're
Well,
cutting out. It's because it's the
if you
fucking.
decide to come out, I can hook you up with the right people, and you never know. Like depending on how what you're putting out and what you have.
Yeah, if we ever get out, we'll definitely hit out. There's definitely some areas we got some people, but yeah, like as far as getting out and touring, we love it, but we both got too much shit going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know how life is.
definitely.
So
yeah, if you ever want to come out here, like
it
we would
is
love
what it is.
and I just wanted to everybody in Salt Lake and everybody in the whole West kind of get an idea who you are. And I know that you've worked with a lot of amazing artists, so mad props to all of that and your success. And
we've got a lot of dope collabs coming out between both of our respective solo albums, his mini solo albums, I should say, because you don't ever do just one, and then also everything on Zay that's coming out, and then I've got some really good ones on what I've got coming up.
Well, we lost DKB. I don't know what happened there, but we're ending the interview. Maybe
he's like, I needed to go burn one. That's that Killa. I understand. Me, I gotta go be unknown. But it was a pleasure.
I'm gonna go have a cigarette, and you have an amazing night. And thank you for getting on. Appreciate it.
I don't need to smoke. I've been doing it all damn night.
Now you smoke. You're just smoking. All right. Thank you. Everybody, have a wonderful night. And if you comment, you can still get a chance to win 2 tickets. But I'm just going to give you 2 days. That's it.
Comment. Get free tickets to go see Kung Fu Vampire. And then when we drop that track, go check that track out.
Check out this interview. It's worth watching. All right. Signing out. Everybody, Zoetic Productions is now ending the stream.